So I have a special friend of mine today, CEO, family man, business owner, entrepreneur. This guy's doing some great things right now in Oklahoma. I'm gonna bring him on shortly. And so the purpose of these video Zoom live is to really bring some good information from business owners, people that are having to go through the crisis as well, and and they may be able to give some tips and some advice to help navigate through this process. So give me a few seconds. I'm waiting for everything to load up, and we should be able to get started pretty quick here. Got my new mic on. Let me see.
Can you hear me, Stan?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Great.
Then you just gotta turn
My what?
your video on.
Got it. Hold on. There we go.
There you are. There you are.
Yeah.
Welcome on this Saturday. I know we've been. It was like several attempts to get this thing up and running.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, it was.
I went and got my some gamer headphones right here.
That's cool. Yeah, my son got the same ones. I bet.
I just got done with Fortnite. I just been up all night, so
No.
I said I might as well just roll into start doing work. But hey, I appreciate your time on a Saturday. I'm not sure how the weather is over there in Oklahoma, but over here it's kind of little damp and little. It seems like a little cold front came in or something. I'm not sure. It feels good. It feels good.
No, same here. Same here. It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. So
yeah,
I'm gonna introduce you really quick. Victor Maya, CEO, founder. Is it? How do you pronounce it's Maya Pro?
It's Maya Pro.
Maya Pro. Okay, Maya Pro and Conquer Nation. Conquer Nation is obviously his is a coaching company. But Victor Maya is a CEO of actual commercial and residential roofing company, Advanced Roofing out of Oklahoma. And I think whenever the first time I talked to you, Vic, what was so inspiring is, and it kind of goes the same for the body shop industry. We have this, when people say the body shop or they say roofing company, they have this perspective of this uneducated individual or just like a labor person.
Yeah.
And so and I believe that if you commit to one industry, if you commit to something and you master it and you kind of take it to the next level, the opportunities are there's no limit to opportunities once you conquer your industry, what you have done. So let's get started. I want to know more about your story, how you got into the commercial roofing, and obviously you didn't go to Harvard for roofing, so someone actually probably saw something in you and said, "Hey, you know what? I want to pass something on to you," and you took that torch and ran with it, and you just created a bonfire that's
yeah. Well, it's funny how you say that because one thing I always say, man, is keeping it 100.
Yeah, yeah,
Always. And literally, what really happened is me and my wife. Me and my wife, we've been together since my wife was 15, I was 17,
yeah,
and she got pregnant, by me. We're teenagers.
yeah,
And the thing is, we kept on fighting back and forth. And I was living in Houston, Texas. So that's when I decided, like, man, I was doing bad, man. I was doing very bad. So I was like, I felt like a loser. Literally, I
yeah,
felt like a loser because I wasn't doing anything. I was like, man, this is it. I just made it through high school and that's it. I ain't going to college. I can't
yeah.
afford college. Now I got a baby coming. So what happened is my brother-in-law, he worked as a subcontractor in Florida, in Daytona
Okay.
Beach. So I got in a fight with my wife one day, and I just told my brother-in-law, hey, can I go and work with you?
Yeah.
So that day, man, what I ended up doing is I wrote a letter to my wife, which told her, hey, he goes the last $50. I don't know what I'm going to do, but if I stay here, we're not going to go nowhere.
Yeah.
So I left. So yeah, you said, I mean, hey, someone believed in you? Like, no, man, I just ran with it and started as a labor for him,
Yeah.
just delivering materials back and forward. And that's when I found, what I could do, what I mean, that I was very good at creating relationships.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
bringing him a lot of work in Daytona Beach. And I mean, from there I took off, man. I mean, long story short, but I started as, like I told you, a labor, then going to a subcontractor,
Hmm.
then from going to a subcontractor to a contractor. And I mean, what happened as a contractor, that's what happened in 2010. Now that's when it comes in that somebody believed in me.
Okay.
And my company, that company literally mostly does commercial roofing and
Okay.
high-end residential. Those are the two main things we do: is high-end and commercial.
Commercial. Okay.
Yeah, and what happened in 2010, and it's not called Meyer Pro. That company's called Advantage Roofing.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
an umbrella company, and Meyer Pro is an umbrella company that
Okay.
owns multiple companies.
So can you tell us, because let's say there's someone that is a contractor, or that is a subcontractor. What exactly is an umbrella company?
An umbrella?
Yeah, like you said, like do you have that company, and then those companies are under that company?
Yeah.
Explain a little bit more, like this, so someone, let's take for example someone that's watching that's a contractor. That's a whole another different conversation, but just explain it real simple if you can.
Well, that Meyer Pro really is what feeds all the other companies. I mean, like let's say I got Advantage Roofing, Advanced Restoration, we got Conquer Nation, companies like that. I got Maya Investments. All those four companies are underneath this umbrella.
Okay.
But the umbrella literally feeds everybody. Like labor, for an example, all my teams doesn't belong to Advantage, nobody down there.
Mm.
All my whole team is under Meyer Pro. They
Okay.
represent Meyer Pro.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And
Okay.
that specific brand, what I'm going to do with it next is that one's going to go nationwide. That's my next step, is
Mm.
to go to Dallas, go to places like your area,
Yeah.
places like that with that brand, Meyer Pro.
Scalable. So
That's
so
scalable.
so you started off as a laborer, subcontractor, contractor. Now where are you at? Like how did that transition start?
Well, it goes back to what I have learned. It's this big word, man, that, to this day, I mean, it's a big word for me
Yeah.
because I'm a very simple guy, man. So I start to understand the word intentional congruence.
Intentional congruence.
Yeah,
Okay.
intentional congruence, it means that everything feeds everything.
Mm.
So Conquer Nation has to somehow, some way feed Advanced Restoration, Advantage Roofing, and everything else.
Hmm.
So people might be like, how's that going to feed those companies?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, one way is creating relationships with people, like speaking engagements. When I
Yeah.
speak on stages, people, the first thing they're going to do is go to Google. Who's this guy?
Yeah.
Victor Maya. They're going to search. They're going to find that I own this, and that.
Hmm.
But I'm always giving people value. I'm always making sure that I give value to people. So when I get on that stage, it's not about me. It's about whoever's on the audience.
Yeah.
So giving value. And then people, let's say they're building floods. Like right now, there's, Brad Blazer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, his house flooded, barely. His house flooded. a pipe broke and everything, call me, say, hey, Vic, what do I do? Don't worry, man. I got you. Like, but you're in Oklahoma. I got you.
Yeah.
Like, phone call, boom, took care of him. He
Yeah.
texted me last night, told me, man, thank you, man. These guys did a great job. But
Nice.
there it goes.
So you know, there's you start off as a laborer, subcontractor, contractor, and how did you have to develop your mindset? I mean, because that plays a big part in business growth and bringing back the structure of your family. What where was that turning point where you said, you know what, I need to improve myself
Oh yeah.
in order for this to kind of all balance out? You know, where was that turning point? How did you where was rock bottom when you said, you know what, it's time for me to invest in myself?
Well, first thing first, man, that's why I created that brand Conquer.
Yeah.
That book. Also, I wrote a book called Conquer.
Okay.
And the reason I wrote that is because everything I have been able to conquer. So, like you said about developing myself, it was all steps, man.
Yeah.
Like 2013, I was able to conquer addictions from being an alcoholic, being a cocaine addict, and that's
Mm.
being real, I was able to conquer that. And then in that same year, I gave my life to Christ. I was able to conquer that.
Yeah.
Then from there, in 2014, I was 230 pounds. So I had to conquer my body because I was like, well, everything's created twice, man. First
Yeah.
mentally and then physically. So what's the whole point if I have it right here, how am I going to make it happen if physically I don't have the energy? So then I lowered my weight. I lost 40 pounds. Right now I'm at like a 193, 193. So
Okay.
again, it's conquering my body. And then from there is I got ADD. So my mind goes everywhere.
Yeah.
So I had to create a system for myself that is going to work. I had to conquer that. So then I got a coach, a personal coach for that. That was it was a lady, and she helped me man get organized. What she calls dangerously organized.
Yeah.
And her name is Lori Johnson. She helped me get super organized. And I had to conquer that. My mind, where I can know where I'm going,
Hmm.
how to get organized. And then from there, it's the whole person, the mind, the heart, the body, the spirit. There goes another system I had to learn how to
Yeah.
conquer. Like today, I already hit my SQ, that's spiritual intelligence. Second, I already hit my IQ, that's intellectual intelligence,
Hmm.
intellectual quotient, you want to call it. So every day I learn something new. You know what I mean? I believe in, I love to read, so I'm
Yeah.
always reading.
Yeah.
And
So
then go ahead.
let me ask you, so like the coaching thing, like how did you get introduced to like, because that's a big part in developing a strong business. It's a big part in you know, just keeping the growth going. How did you get introduced to that? Like like what relationship led you to saying, hey, you know what, maybe you should find a coach?
My wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, my wife, man. I mean, I'll give it. If one thing I say, even in my book, one thing I write, man, is
Yeah.
that's been my coach since day one. I'll be real with you. She's always been pushing me.
Yeah.
How that woman right there has pushed me, and really, she has always seen, pushing me hardcore. Like, hey, wake up! Don't be lazy. Hey,
Yeah.
get things done. Hey, don't. Nope, no excuses. I don't want to hear it. People be like, whoa, that's hardcore. I'm like, no, dude, that's awesome for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. So yeah, she was the one who pushed me to go and get someone that's going to help me, especially get organized.
Nice. Nice.
And literally that was the push.
Man, so how difficult was it to, because like to be organized, it's a growing process. How long did that process take? Can you see me?
Oh yeah, I can see you.
Okay, okay, because my screen, I can only see you.
Oh no, I can see you perfectly, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see you perfectly.
Hold on real quick. Let me see what's up with this thing. I hate to, trying to, hold on. I'm not sure what happened here. Hold on. Seems like the screen split.
Gotcha.
Apologize for that. Let me see. Put in away. Stay with me. Stay with me.
Not a problem. Not a problem, man.
I don't know why I did that.
But I can see you clearly, man.
Oh, you can? All right, that's good. Okay. I'm wondering if it's what do you see now?
I see you.
Okay.
I see you clearly. What kind of camera are you using, man? That's an awesome camera.
Well, it's on my phone. I mean, on my laptop.
That's awesome.
But I had the dashboard out. Oh, here it is. Look, there it is. Okay, I'm sorry. There it is. Now can you see both of us?
Yeah, I can see myself up there, and then I can see you.
Okay,
yeah.
You can't see both of us.
Yeah, I see both of us.
All right, they're both showing right side to side.
No, I'm on top, and you're in the bottom.
Oh, okay,
no,
that'll work. That'll work.
That works.
You're on your phone. You're on your phone then, right?
No, I'm on my laptop.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, so I think we're back. We're back. We're good. It didn't stop. I just was trying to adjust because I wanted to make sure that I like to. I was just seeing you, but I wasn't sure if you were seeing me, so it didn't seem like a conversation.
No, it's cool.
I feel like I was just talking to so. But hey, so the organization thing, I know that. I mean, I've struggled with that because that takes a lot of self-discipline.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
So the self-discipline, how long would you say would it take average someone, let's say someone's like, man, you know what? I think I do need to start getting organized with my life. I think that, maybe I need to start taking some deeper looks at my, my habits and stuff. What would you say some of the first steps would be for someone to establish some kind of organization in their life?
Well, first thing I will say is help.
Help. Okay.
Yeah. Know that you need help.
Yeah.
And the thing is, as men, man, I mean, one thing we got to learn as men is that we let our ego take us, man.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like me, I let a woman help me. One thing my coach told me straight up, Lori, she said, Victor, look at me. I'm like, yes, I'm a Black woman, but I got a doctor's degree on psychology. She has to take 2 different degrees. One of them is on psychology, being a doctor's degree. And she's like, I used to work for Coca-Cola, I believe as something on the top tier. She goes, me being Black and me being very like intelligent.
Yeah.
As soon as I got into that room with a lot of men, I had to open my mouth to show them that I knew what I was talking about.
Yeah.
But you see, one thing I learned from her is that I didn't know what she was doing, but she was doing psychology on me. You know what I mean? She was working with me. So it all depends to me is who's coaching you and who's helping you.
Yeah.
And she taught me that. It's like, okay, there, you don't need me no more.
Yeah.
There, it's time for you to go and find somewhere else to go. And that's what I started doing, man. Then I got coached with someone else and took all their concepts, learn everything I had to learn, pay the price. One thing I have learned about money, man, is the tool of money. The way I see it is when you spend the money, literally you take it more serious because you got skin in the game.
Yeah.
It's like, look at Michael Jordan and Tim Grover, Michael Jordan paid him a lot of money. But the thing is, he ended up doing it because he got skin in the game.
Yeah.
But if you do it and you say, oh, you can go to YouTube and get almost the same information, but you're not going to execute it more than likely because there's no pain.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I have learned is like when I want to learn something, it might sound dumb to people, but I'm like, here. They're like, what is this? 20 grand. Teach me this.
Yeah.
Like, okay. But then I take it serious because it cost me 20 grand.
Yeah. So true. So let's just say small business owner, he's not organized. Of course they're going to have some fear about dropping, a couple grand for a coach.
Yeah.
What can be some baby steps for them? Like, what can be some baby steps for them
Mhm.
to say, okay, you know what, how can I start to better myself? What can be some baby steps for someone?
Well, the first thing is I always go into my habits,
Okay.
understanding two parts of my brain, which is the prefrontal cortex part of my brain,
Hmm.
which is where I make all my decisions. So I understand that just on food, I'm making over what I think it is over 200 decisions
Mm.
just on food. Knowing that I'm saying yes, no, yes, no, yes, no to food. If you ever take a look at what you eat,
Yeah.
you're going to pay attention. You're going to see that in the afternoon, late afternoon, is when you make your worst decisions. Is when you
Mm.
drink alcohol, you eat those chips, you eat the food
Yeah.
that you don't want to eat. In the mornings, it's easy for you to say no, no. And then you got the other part of the brain, which is the basal ganglia,
Yeah.
which is where all your habits are formed. That's like brushing your teeth. You're on
Yeah.
automatic. Getting up early, getting up in the morning, going to the restroom to go pee. That's
Mm.
automatic. It's just your mind's already in that automatic stage. So
Yeah.
the thing is like one thing I use is get the main things done first.
Main things done first.
Yeah. So in the morning, the things that I don't want to do, I get them done first. So
Mm.
I already got everything done. By 11 a.m., by 10 or 11, I'm done with everything I don't want to do.
Yeah.
Make the
So
phone calls I didn't want to make.
yeah. So and I've heard that. I've heard that from a lot of people, CEOs like yourself and multimillionaires. Front end load. Just do what you don't want to do at the beginning of the day, at the beginning of the week, or whatever. What are some of the things that you don't enjoy doing, but you know that they're going to make a huge impact?
Hmm, what don't I enjoy doing?
I mean, I guess what and let me kind of re-ask that, because of course everything you're doing is intentional, but what are some of the things that you didn't like doing at first that maybe someone introduced to you but that have made a big impact?
All right, I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
One thing that I don't like doing is like right now, I'm doing bonds. I got to do my bonds for big jobs, like commercial jobs, like
Hmm.
government work.
Okay.
I got to sign those work. I got to sign all that stuff, and I got to fill out the paperwork, like my net worth and all this other stuff.
Hmm.
Well, I don't like doing paperwork,
Mm.
but
Yeah.
still, I wanted to get it done, so I got it done in the morning.
Yeah. Okay.
Everything got done in the
Okay.
morning because I'm not your guy for paperwork.
Yeah.
I'm not your guy. If you want me to do your paperwork, good luck. But so the things is when it's paperwork that I got to do, I get them done in the morning.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
like right now, I'm getting ready for this conference, a summit with Brad Blazer, which is
Okay.
called Conquer the Crisis Summit. It's a
Okay.
virtual summit. So, Dad, I go ahead and start breaking it down in 20, 30-minute segments every day.
Mm.
I start practicing, start breaking it down because it goes back to delivering good quality content. Not only content, but what I want to say is more like value to the audience.
Yeah, that's what you're
So I
saying.
want to make sure I do that. I don't want to just wing it and just go in there and just do it. That's
Yeah.
not the way I work. I'm more of a kind of guy that, man, I want to make sure I give value to somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you like, so what is your average schedule, like Monday through Saturday, Monday through Sunday, or how do you kind of balance that family life and work and stuff? Because I know you have pretty big companies, and
Yeah.
you're dealing with decision making 24/7 probably. How do you manage to balance that?
Well, the first thing is, man, you need a team.
Yeah.
You got to trust your team. And if you don't trust them, then I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
So that's the thing about when people say balance, I'm like, well, I trust my team. Like everybody has their position. So
Yeah.
for sales, there's the sales manager. For office, there's an office manager. For
Mhm.
marketing manager. I mean, everyone has, everybody, it's a manager somewhere.
Yeah.
And then from there, there's a general manager. So
Mm.
every time there's some problem down here, he deals with it.
Okay.
And then I'm the main guy in charge, but still, that doesn't make me in charge. There's
Yeah.
times that my decision, man, just because I am the owner, that doesn't make me special. Tell
Yeah.
people straight up. My team keeps me accountable. Before I even pull the trigger on something, like, no, that's stupid. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
Like, stop it. We're not doing that. Like marketing right now, for me to market, let's say Conquer Nation, they're like, no, that's not right now. That's not the main thing. We got to keep the main thing the main thing. Stop it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people be like, dude, but you're the owner. Like, doesn't mean nothing, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to have people that are smarter, faster, and better than you around you. And if you ever see the team that I have, that's what really I have, man. My team is very intelligent, man. I'm not afraid to hire someone that looks better, smarter, it runs faster, and is more intelligent than me. I'm not afraid of that.
Yeah.
I want those kind of people. And I tell you the truth, man. That's the kind of team that I have, and I thank God for it.
Yeah.
They're very intelligent, very intelligent.
Yeah,
like,
that's very.
Yeah.
It's powerful, man. It's powerful. So, and coming from, I guess a Hispanic background, we're both Hispanic. That alone is a growth process, a transition to ask for help for one, but then to, grow a business and then to employ someone that's smarter than us, because, that can be a challenge. How did you manage to get over that challenge?
Well, I want to say, if I can say the main thing will be, I don't know why I'm thinking this, but more about who I am, the culture that I'm trying to build. So I'm always going back to the core values, man. The core values is what makes me.
Yeah.
Who I am and what I believe in, what the company believes in. And if you ever meet the team again, they all align with our core values and our mission. So everybody feels the mission that I'm in. My mission is to impact lives with my services and talents. So every time I build a company or anything we do is to make an impact with our services and talents. People be like, why talents? I'm like, well, the people that I hire have different gifts that I don't possess.
Yeah.
But with each other's talents all connected together, we can make an impact, but with different services.
Yeah.
So the thing is, they see that and they can feel it. They can feel that.
I see what you're saying.
They don't see color, man. I mean, I'm Hispanic. There's Hispanics. There's people I'm Mexican, people from Guatemala, Honduras, Caucasians, American, American guys, American ladies, African Americans. We don't see color.
Yeah.
We don't. And that's the thing, that you got to mix it all up. Everybody is different.
Everybody's different.
You got to make sure that this is the main thing, is that they all align with the culture.
Yeah.
The mission and the core values. And to me, that's most important thing. Our number one weapon is the culture.
Yeah, it's so true.
They don't see that. They don't see that.
What tell me, see if you can go back to that day when maybe it was someone that maybe one of your coaches, or maybe it was even yourself, that's something you self-discovered when you had to make that decision on who you wanted to be as a person. Who do you want to be as a business owner? Who do you want to be in the community? How do you want to be seen as how do you want to be seen as a leader? How difficult was it mentally to say, okay, you know what, if I expect to be successful, I can't just act the part. I gotta make that conscious decision and be the part, because people can see through like BS, you know what I mean? And to be a leader, I think right now is the time when a lot of BS leaders are kind of being seen through by their employees, being seen, so if you can go back to that day to say, this is who I want to be, and I just got to go do it. And I can give you an example. I'll give you an example if I can really quick. I have two boys, 26 years old, twin boys. And I was a business owner. I'm a business owner, family man, real estate investing, all the whole thing, right? but I still would, you know, would drink. I would go out. I kind of lived like this other life. But then I realized, I said, you know what? Like, if I'm gonna commit, it has to be 100%. And that transition took me some time to adjust. But once I got over that hump, I think it was a different. So if you can go back,
Oh yeah,
where were you at? Where were you at? Like, were you in Houston? Were you in
yeah.
Oklahoma? Were you kind of sleeping in your car, or you just where were you at when you made that conscious decision?
It's 2017.
17.
That's when I went and took a trip to
Hmm.
Puerto Vallarta, Mexico.
Okay.
I was with my wife and my kids, and we were going to go to ATV, kind of like a thing going up the mountains.
Okay.
And we went through a little village, and there was tarps everywhere. Just everything was broken down. It
Mm.
was a little village, and my daughter pointed out to a basin, to wash dishes and all that. It was made out of concrete. It was put outside of a
Yeah.
house, and my daughter said, "What is that, Dad?" And I said, "Baby, that's where they clean their dishes and when they wash their clothes." And I told her, um, "We had one of those when we were back in Mexico,"
Hmm.
and that hit me. Then we came back to
Yeah.
our resort. I rented about it was like a 38 or 4,000 square foot I don't want to call it whatever it is, I mean, penthouse, whatever, and
Yeah.
by the water and everything, a resort. And I kept on looking at it, kept on looking at the water, and I'm like, Vic, what the hell happened to you, man? Did you
Mm.
forget where the hell you came from?
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't take this with you, Vic. So what are you gonna do? And the next morning, man, I went and we went to the little town
Hmm.
and we went inside, or I went to go use the restroom. And over there you got to pay, to use the restroom,
Oh,
a
gee.
couple of pesos or whatever,
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
and you go in there. I went in there, and in front of me, when I was washing my hands, there was a sign that said in Spanish, "Por favor, limpie la lavamanos y déjelo mejor que lo encontró," which means in English, "Hey, please wipe the sink and leave it better than you find it."
Mm.
And that hit me.
Yeah.
That hit me. I'm like, "All right, guy, what are you trying to tell me, man? Are you trying to tell me something?" Because I'm like, dude, I'm just worried about myself. That was
Yeah.
all I was worried about, is those nice vacations,
Yeah.
nice house, the nice cars, and all. Like what happened to you, Vic?
Mm.
Then my sister called me the next day from Mexico. She texts me, and she never does, through Messenger.
Mm.
And I was like, wow. I was like, okay. Like, I was like, you truly forgot where you came from? You truly forgot,
Yeah.
huh? Where you
Yeah.
came from? So that was a hit, man. I mean, that was really a hit, Stan,
Yeah.
because people especially are like right now watching everybody, how everything is going right now with the
Yeah.
COVID-19. It's sad because I know how they feel.
Yeah.
I know how people feel.
Yeah.
And I'm over here trying to see how I can make sure that we take care of the community, help people out there. But
Mm.
that's one thing about our company, that we never talk about how we're helping people. We never put it out in social media or anything, because me, the way I think is, I mean, again, everything I do is for the glory of God. That's just being
Yeah.
real. And the way God speaks to me is like God telling me, hey, I mean, if you go and blow your trumpet, don't worry. I'm going to glorify. I'm going to give you what you want. Here you go.
Yeah.
Great job. We won't do that, man. I'd rather just
Yeah.
help people, just be quiet. And there.
Yeah. That's so true, dude. I mean, I can, because we kind of take everything for granted sometimes. It doesn't matter. Like, let's say, for example, someone right now might have just got laid off. Maybe they had got let go from their job, but just the fact that they have a roof, just the fact that they have a car, that they have internet, they have food, they have hot shower. I mean, that's still considered wealthy compared to
Right.
everyone else. So I think that's so true. Just to stop and say, you know what, like, yeah, I got laid off. Yeah, I'm looking for a job. Yeah, the coronavirus is here and everybody's kind of living in fear. But there's somebody that has it way worse. There's someone that's sleeping on a dirt floor in their house.
Right.
Like you said, and I think that alone will really inspire someone to almost like a self inspiration kind of thing to say, you know what, like you're still rich. You still have that drive. You still have the opportunity because someone else is in a worse place. So I think that's so powerful, just to remind yourself mentally where you came from, and remind yourself that someone has it worse. Someone doesn't have food. That's so strong, man. And I respect that. I respect that. I really respect
Well,
that.
that's the thing, man. We forget the little things. That's
Yeah.
why one thing I always say to myself, and I tell my kids all the time, is remember this, kids. When you see a little, see a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have a lot, see nothing.
Mm.
Because the thing is that this materialistic stuff can get you.
Yeah.
It can get you. It can get you stuck. And that's one thing, because I remember when I didn't have that much, dude, I loved it. Man, when I was
Yeah.
back in Mexico, I used to be in the little creek, playing around with the little rocks, stopping the
Yeah.
creek. I
What
loved it.
part of Mexico are you from?
I'm from Tampico, Tamaulipas, Mexico.
Okay. Okay. How far is
Uh,
that from like from Houston? How far is that from Houston?
oh man, I think it was about good I don't know, the 8 hours, 10
Oh,
hours.
really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
So yeah, so that's one thing I tell my kids, man, because like I said about the creek, when I didn't have nothing, I was happy playing in the little
Yeah.
creek, going,
Mm.
getting a bucket of water, taking a shower. If I want a hot shower, I had to go heat up the water
Yeah.
so I can mix it up, take a nice warm shower.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I was happy.
You're living life.
Yeah. And now that when you have a lot, you're like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I want that now. Well,
Yeah.
now the new Benz roll up or the new Dodge roll up, I want that.
Yeah.
I get it. And I'm like,
That's so true, right?
you know,
Because we hear the kids, right? They're taking a shower for an hour, right? And then they're complaining that there's no more hot water, right? Like sometimes you're like, man, I used to have to warm up my hot water.
we charge our kids up, man. If they leave the lights on, shoot, we're like $1. Come on, get $1. Because we're just showing them discipline, man.
Yeah,
That
that's so bad. So
they
that's
don't they
so
don't they don't know. And don't get me wrong, man. Our kids, they're grateful because when we take them
yeah,
out somewhere, they know it's not normal. And I always make sure they know this is not normal. And
yeah,
I want to make sure they understand that.
yeah. That's
And
so
one thing is like I'm a big believer on training your kids, as they're young.
true.
Especially right now with all this going on,
Yeah,
is that if you're going to keep your mindset right, don't
mm,
do it for you, do it for your kids, for the
yeah.
next generation. Because you don't want to give them those shackles, man. You don't
That's so
want them
true.
to carry those, because they're going to remember this as a father or a mother. They're going to remember this, how my dad or my mother acted when this was going on.
Mm.
And it's
Yes.
going to, and people will be like, well, they're not going to do it. I'm like, dude, it's like me drinking a beer and saying, hey, son, when you grow up, I don't want you to be doing this.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
it doesn't work that way. They
yeah,
are going to do it because they're going to do what they see, not what you tell them not to do.
yeah.
So
So
set an example.
yes, yeah. Lead by example. That's so true. Mindset. You mentioned mindset. What would you what's some advice you would give to maybe the guy that got laid off, that was the provider for his family? Maybe he got fired. Maybe he's a contractor, don't have no work right now. Maybe he's subcontract, don't have no work. What advice would you give someone right now, that we're going through the coronavirus, and there's so much misleading information, there's so much people just are voicing their opinion, and there's so much, think it's like information overload. What would you suggest for someone to keep their mind right during these information overload times?
Well, it goes back to that system that I tell you about, the whole
Mm.
person system.
Tell me about that really quick. Say
Yeah,
it one more time.
the whole person. It's the whole person theory,
Person
and
theory. Okay.
the whole person theory was brought up by Stephen Covey.
Okay.
Stephen
Okay.
Covey taught it on the Eighth Habit. It's a book called The Eighth Habit.
Eighth habit. Okay.
Yeah, and what I done is I took that whole system and I'm like, you know what? This is the way I want to live my life.
Mm.
You know, literally, this is the way I want to live my life. And also it talks about business, because if you're a business leader, you got to understand that you're in a new era. You're not no longer in the industrial era. You're now in the knowledge era.
Yeah.
So now you got people coming in, and you can't just say, hey, shut up, work, and don't say anything.
Mm.
So if you break down a person, like my team members, I break them down in 4 parts: the mind, the heart, the body, the spirit. And you got to feed all 4 different intelligence.
Mm.
So the first thing is the mind. Is they want to learn. They don't just want to get paid. They want to learn something new. So
Mm.
we invest in their education. We're always investing on their education. We
Yeah.
make sure they go take all these courses, study, do something to grow your mind.
Yeah.
That's the IQ. And then their body. We make sure that they don't take it, we're not taking advantage of them. So especially right now that everything's chaotic, I haven't laid off no one. We haven't let go of no one because of that. Because again, it's the body.
Mm.
Is that if I let go of one person, that's going to affect the whole team. That's just being honest with you. So
Yeah.
right now, for me as the business leader, is I'd rather take a hit on my profits than letting go of people,
Yeah.
because I know I'll get my profits back. And right now we're doing great, but we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
We don't know
Yeah.
what's going to happen next month. But as long as, again, I'm paying my bills, and the great thing is I kept that broke mentality my whole life,
Yeah.
so I can pay my bills and still keep my whole team, then great. So
Yeah.
that's the body. That's
So
the PQ.
PQ. Okay. So
Physical.
what like let's just say if you had to give 5 tips for the person at home that's like, okay, this is starting to make sense now. What are maybe even 3 tips that they can do to keep their mind focused, clear?
Man, that's a good question, because you see, the thing is I always tell, it's like me telling a person that just lost a loved one. I can feel you. I can feel your pain. I'll be lying to them because I can't
Yeah.
feel their pain.
Yeah.
I'll be lying to them. But now, if I was in their shoes, I'll be like, man, how would I feel if I lost
Yeah.
my job? If I felt like a loser? You know, I've been there before. That's one thing I always tell myself is, man, I've been here before.
Yeah.
You know, I've been here before. I almost lost everything. I've been here before when I was putting diesel in my truck, and it was either put diesel in my truck or eat. And I'm over there crying because I'm hungry, but I
Yeah.
had to put diesel in my truck so I can feed my family.
Yeah.
I've been there. I've been there before. So one thing is you got to understand is you've been here before, man. You know, but you've been through some crap. Everybody's been through some crap.
Yeah.
All you got to do is go to the past and see how you conquer that, how you were able to conquer that in the past.
Yeah.
Because it hasn't changed anything. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I have learned is go back to your past, but not to see all the bad stuff, is to see how you were able to conquer it. You
So
know what I mean?
so you're if I get this right, you're saying to go back into all the mistakes and everything you went through, but not to get emotionally, because you're gonna go back and you're gonna go back a couple of years, but not to reflect emotionally, but just to steal the information that got you through those difficult times.
Correct.
You're going to go back, instead of going back for memories, you're going to go back for information.
Correct.
You're going to go back and figure out, okay, you know what? When I was 25, I got fired, and I remember this kept me going through.
Yeah.
And that's so true right there, because I can tell you, now that you say that, I can tell you something that kept me going through whenever I was rock bottom. Whenever I hit rock bottom, I was sleeping in my car one time, and dude, I would just go to the boxing gym, and it sounds so like simple, but that boxing gym just became an outlet that helped me get past, like, it just took my mind off of everything. So that might be something that someone can apply. Hey, you know what? Find something to release your outlet right now, your frustration. Maybe that can be as simple as like jogging, running. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
One thing we talk about, Stan, is about your habits.
Mm.
You got to understand how your mind works. So that's one thing I had to do, is understand, why does Victor do this?
Yeah.
Now I started to understand that, the habit loop, where there's a cue, a routine, and a reward, and then the habit loop is created. So for an example, when we used to go work out, there was
Yeah.
the reward. The cue was like you got stressed out or something, and you took the routine to go and box.
Mm.
And then you went to the habit loop.
Yeah.
And then from that little habit, something else came on. Maybe you got better in shape. You got stronger.
Yeah, that's so
Because you got to
true.
remember that as you get in physical shape, you're eating right, you got chemicals in your body. You got testosterone, you
Mm.
have all these things that they got to be balanced. So the thing is, if you're not unbalanced, then sometimes you just get emotional and you're like, why am I feeling depressed? Well,
Yeah.
maybe it's not your mindset. It might be that you need to
Yeah.
exercise and you need to get that testosterone level
Mm.
up or something, or go get checked.
Yeah.
I got a doctor that keeps me up, like make sure that my testosterone level, it's up there.
Yeah.
Because again, it has to do a lot with your mind. People be like, how does testosterone deal with that? I'm like, dude, testosterone has to do a lot with a man.
Yeah.
Even with a woman, estrogen,
Yeah.
dominance, estrogen dominance is bad for them as a
Mm.
woman. So what if you're feeling all angry and sad, you're getting all cranky, and you're like, why am I acting like this? Maybe you're estrogen
Yeah.
dominance.
Yeah.
So it goes back to the physical stuff, taking vitamins and all this other stuff. I'm big in that because I start to understand my body more after I
Yeah.
start, studying it. So it goes
Mm.
back to that, the cue, routine, habit. Cue, routine, reward, habit loop.
Yeah.
As I start to
That's
understand that, I was like, okay, why am I drinking, a lot of alcohol?
yeah.
Why? Maybe because when I get stressed, I get that routine, I get the reward.
Yeah.
And then I go into the habit loop. Why am I going to the bar?
Yeah.
Maybe because I feel lonely. I don't have no friends, but I feel like those people over there at the bar, they like me. It's not because I like to drink, not because of drink. I'm going there because of my friends.
Yeah.
Change that. Instead, look for new friends.
Yeah.
Cue, routine, reward, habit loop.
So, what was some of the I guess the triggers to deal with stress that you kind of, I mean, because you said, when you feel stressed, and that's very common. Like someone has stressed out, I'm gonna have a drink. What can we replace that with that's gonna be a positive compound effect?
Well, I call it, what I do is, again, it's what do they call it? Habit stacking.
Habit
Right?
stacking.
Where I stack another habit with another habit.
Hmm.
So for an example, if I want to have a drink, I'm like, you know what? Before I'm going to go have a drink, I better go and box for at least 30 minutes or
Yeah.
20. Then I can have a drink. And maybe you're like, okay, 20 minutes. You don't know how you're going to feel, but I'm pretty sure your stress level might go down.
Yeah. So you might not want to go drink after that.
You might not. Yesterday, that's what happened to me. Really. I wanted to have some wine and alcohol and all that.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go and box
Yeah.
and go into the garage and work out, do some jump ropes. And I felt better. I didn't feel tired. I was going to go and take a nap too. I was
Yeah.
thinking about taking a nap like at 7:00. But Saturday, and I'm like, I got to spend family time with my wife.
Yeah.
It's the EQ, emotional quotient, which
Okay.
is emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Because I know my heart needs to be loved. I need to be loved, and I need to learn how to love.
Mm.
It's just
Yeah.
a part of us as a human being. One thing is you got to understand, like we got happy chemicals, 4 happy chemicals. One of those happy chemicals is oxytocin. So oxytocin is released when, you're with somebody.
Yeah.
Like right now, as we're speaking, me and you, we believe in the same things. We're business owners and everything.
Yeah.
There's some kind of shape or form, oxytocin is being released. And it's just the bond chemical.
Yeah. Yeah.
People be like, what? I'm like, that's just the way
That's
we're
just
made.
it.
I mean, what do you want me to tell you? That's how we're made.
Yeah.
So I know I need that. And I know my wife needs that.
Okay.
So we just spent some time, watch this movie online, and that was some
Nice.
quality time.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that, hey, you got to understand why you do what you do, your habits.
Yeah.
So what I did, Stan, I literally, man, it's kind of sounds crazy, but for a whole week, I wrote down all my habits, good habits, bad habits, neutral habits.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever was a bad habit, I started working on.
Yeah.
Because really everything has to do with your daily habits, man. Everything.
Mm.
Your daily habits. Even
Yeah.
as a business owner, or even if you don't even have a job, you know, even if you got laid off, everything has to do with your habits.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everything. So like right now, maybe you don't have a job, and I understand that, man. I feel
Mm.
bad because again, I can't get in that person's shoes.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't, and I'm not gonna keep. I'm gonna keep it real, man. I feel bad for people like that.
Yeah.
'Cause I know how it feels. You know, you might feel like a loser right now, especially being a man.
Yeah.
We need to work, or else we feel like, dude, I'm a loser.
Yeah.
I'm a loser. And to me, it's like, you're not a loser, bro. It's just the person that was steering the ship, the leader, didn't know how to steer the
Yeah.
ship
That's
correctly.
so true. Yeah.
It's not the people underneath, it's the
Yeah.
leader. He didn't know how
Yeah.
to steer the ship.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I believe, man. But like you said, I mean, I wish I can tell you more about, man, what would I do?
Yeah.
And for me is mostly
Hey, I think you made a good point there when you said it's the person steering the ship. You know, that might be that sentence might be what changes someone's life. And let me explain. You know, a lot of times we get a lot of people work somewhere, but they don't pay attention to who's steering the ship.
correct.
And maybe if you got laid off, maybe if you got fired or what, maybe you're just trying to find a job. Maybe whenever you go back into the workforce, instead of focusing on how much money you're going to make, focus on who's steering the ship. Because if that person steering the ship has those, you know, leader characteristics, has those leader habits, you know, doesn't, you know, is not doing the fake it till you make it, you know, captain, that might be where you want to, you know, park your spot. Because so you get a different perspective. Because right now people might say, man, I just want to go where I make money, but that might be the wrong focus.
Correct. Because what I believe, man, in business, I see it like this. If I was an employee and I'm
Yeah.
going to go and work somewhere, I want to know how this company or business is going to feed me in those four different ways.
Yeah.
How's that business going to feed my intellectual? I want to get smarter. I want to get better every single day. How are they going to feed me? Or am I just going to be like a piece of equipment or just
Yeah.
get to work, shut up, and just work every single day, do the same
Yeah.
thing over and over? And they're not going to invest in me on my
Yeah.
education or get better. Second thing is how they're going to pay me. That's physical quotient, you know, the physical
Yeah.
intelligence. Is how much they're going to pay me. It's not about how much money is. I just want to make sure I'm getting paid what I need to get paid. You know what I mean? What it's right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want to make sure. And also the EQ, emotional quotient, how they're going to treat me. You know,
Yeah.
how do they treat everybody else? What do I know about this company? You know, how they treat, how the reviews, what people are saying. That's very important. It's the
Yeah.
emotional quotient. And the fourth is the spiritual quotient, is what is their mission? What is the purpose of the company?
Yeah. What is the
Because I want to
purpose?
be connected to a higher power than just making money.
Yeah.
Because nowadays, man, people will quit on you. Right now, yeah, people are looking for jobs and everything. But later on, when all this picks up, people will quit on you if the company is not feeding them spiritually. Because people want to have a meaning in their life. They want to have meaning. They want to belong to something that's out there helping, doing something to the
Yeah.
community, making a difference in the world, making a difference on entrepreneurs, making a difference on anybody, man, customers' life,
Yeah.
you know, being on the transformation business instead of the transaction business. That's what it's all about in
Yeah.
business.
That's so true right now. I think that this conversation is going to benefit so many people, not just people that are looking for work, but also, you know, leaders that are steering the ship. You know, they might need to take a look at themselves and say, you know what, you know, maybe I wasn't really steering this ship as good as I should have, or maybe I kind of got lazy and was kind of had this cruise control thing. I thought I had the cruise control down, you know. one thing that I told my daughter, I don't want to get too much off the subject. I want to keep it on you. My daughter, she's a hairstylist. She just got into the industry, and of course, the hairstylist salons they're not essential, so they shut all that stuff down. You know, and she was pretty. She's 20 years old. She was like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. You know, this, I went to school for that. I said, you know what? I said, just call the boss and say if they need anything that you'll work for free. Don't just stop being productive. I said, just work for free. This thing is gonna pass, and meanwhile, just find something else until just keep moving forward. Don't dwell on what's going on. Just keep how you can move forward. And she still has both jobs, and she's getting through the process. And she texted me this morning. She's really excited because she's seen some momentum still through this whole situation. But I just wanted to share that really quick.
It's funny how you say that, because one thing I always say is take the mentor over the money. Take the mentor over the money.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you this, man, there was a CFO for a big company that I do a lot of business with. And that man, I literally did his roof for almost free just to make enough. Just because I wanted to learn from him.
Yeah.
And he said, Victor, why were you so low? Everybody else, like, not just a couple of thousands, you were like $40,000-$50,000 less. I'm like, because I wanted to know you and I want to get some information from you, because I want to get better on my books, my profit and loss statements and all this stuff. And I know you have the information because you are the CFO of this huge multi-million-dollar company.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'll teach you. What do you need to know? And he taught me about profit and loss. He taught me about things like cash flows, how to read everything. And he goes, you need to start getting, every 2 weeks or every week, your profit and loss statements. I'm like, what? He's like, you need to learn your cash flow.
Yeah.
That's the most important. Stop looking at the gross and stop looking at your profits all the time. Look at that number, your cash flow. And then look at your profits, and then look at your gross.
That's so true. Yeah.
He goes, the problem with y'all entrepreneurs and all of y'all is that y'all look at the gross, and that's a big problem. You got to look at the cash flow, because cash flow is very important, or else your company's not going to live.
Yeah.
And then look at your profits. He goes, and then look at your company like this. There's 4 different cycles in your business, Victor. I'm like, okay, 4 different cycles. Yes. There's the selling cycle, how y'all sell. You got your delivery cycle. You got your production cycle. And then you got your billings and receivable cycle. Now you got to ask yourself where you got to work. Every business has this. It can be all moved around, but your business has this no matter what. And I want to work on that.
Yeah.
So right now, the main thing as a business owner is, one thing I wrote to myself is keep playing the tape. And when I say keep playing the tape.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Keep playing the tape means to me is keep the systems rolling. Keep the selling systems going. Keep the rhythms. Keep everybody in a line.
Yeah.
Like an example, in our company, every single day on Monday through Friday, we send out in the morning between 7 and 8 a.m., everybody sends their 3 main priorities of that day. Everybody. And it's on a workplace. We got this app called Workplace. That's where we keep each other accountable.
Is that like for contractors, or that's a general?
It's general. It's powered by Facebook.
What's that?
It's powered by Facebook.
Oh, really? All right. Nice.
And it's an awesome app because that's how we create culture. You know what I mean? It's like our social media for our company.
Yeah.
So right there's where we make each other laugh. When somebody executes something or sells something big, they put it right there. There's reviews. They put it right there. We see a sheep on top of a dog, or on top of the roof or something. We videotape the sheep or the dog or something. That's not for social media,
Yeah.
We put it for our social media.
Yeah.
So again, it keeps us flowing as family.
Yeah.
Especially the people in the office. We make each other laugh. We're making sure that we keep as a family, man. It's very important as a tribe. So we do that, and every morning we send out our 3 main priorities. Even me, I send out my 3 main priorities right at between 7 and 7:01 a.m. They get my 3 main priorities.
Nice.
And people be like, why do you do that? I'm like, because again, they're not going to do what I tell them to do. They're going to do what they see.
Yeah.
And if they see me going hard, they're going to go hard.
Yeah.
They see it. And they see me living to my core values and living the core values of the company, they're going to do it too.
Yeah.
Like the other day, we had a company's meeting. Same thing. It's all about the core values. You know, one of our core values is take responsibility.
Responsibility.
Take responsibility. And everything we're responsible for. And another one is discipline.
Discipline.
We're all disciplined. We all say this. We come with batteries included. We're not going to start an expensive babysitting service. We're not, because everybody's paid good money in our company. So we're not going to create an expensive babysitting service. We don't want to babysit. If we got to babysit you, you don't fit in our culture.
Yeah.
You'll get thrown out quick. I promise you'll get thrown out quick. I don't have to throw you out. I don't have to.
Yeah.
You'll feel uncomfortable. You're like, oh my gosh, I feel so uncomfortable, man.
Yeah.
That's how they roll. And everybody has a voice in our company. When we have a company's meeting, dude, my team ain't afraid to tell me when I'm being full of it.
Yeah.
They tell me straight up. Like yesterday, they told me there was going to be a social media post on Friday, a social media post, and they start laughing at me. Ha, dude, sounds like little butterflies, man. Take that off.
Yeah.
It sounds like a little butterfly, and they tell me, no, it's not going to work. Remove that. And I was like, damn, dude, you hurt me. They're like, dude, you're a contractor. Dude, you're not a little butterfly. They keep me accountable, man. It's hard. It's hard. And again, they throw the white flag, man. When something's going wrong, they're like, I'm throwing.
That's so true. I mean, I could, and I think that's part of just being a true leader is humiliation and saying, hey, tell me what I need to do. Like, tell it to my face. Let's be transparent. And I think if you have a leader that's transparent and just accepts feedback, I think that's characteristics of a true leader. You know, and you know, if I think that's so powerful right there too.
Well, you have to, man. So you were saying like about leading, steering the ship. One thing I learned is lead and don't panic, and steer the ship. You know, lead and don't panic as a leader. Don't panic, because if you panic, people are going to see it. Your team is going to see panic, and it's going to feed them. And the other thing I wrote is communicate regularly. You know, I'm a big communicator, so I'm always checking on the team, especially emotionally right now. Not in the business realm, but more in their personal life, because they're dealing with this, they're dealing with that. I got to make sure they're doing well. And then the third thing is live and communicate the core values. Yeah, that's very important, that everybody still aligns even though they're working from home. Then the other ones keep playing the tape. It's like I told you. Yeah, just keep the systems rolling.
Keep everything rolling.
Keep rolling. Keep them rolling. Like our CRM is flawless. You know what I mean? Because again, I didn't put it together. That was our sales manager who put it all together with our general manager and our office manager. They put it all together. Yeah, they put it all together where they got it to the point where literally I can push a button right now and I can see all the sales and everything of what's going on in the company.
Yeah, nice.
Push of a button.
So I would say those things would also apply to someone managing a family, managing their family life. I mean, you have to, you know, don't panic, keep the communication, keep the tape rolling, stay, you know, habit stack is very important. If you feel like, you know what, I'm stressed out because of everything going on, instead of, you know, drinking getting drunk at the house, say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna go for a jog. Let me come back and release that stress, and I can focus some energy on the family. Maybe do the Netflix, maybe do the Hulu, and keep that, you know, safe energy and I think the family is going to feel that during these times. And I think, you know, as a father of the house, even single moms, you know, can also apply this too. So I think
Yeah.
everybody's going to benefit from this. Nice.
Well, it's like I said, man, just keep the systems going, man. You know,
Yeah.
that's one thing I tell myself. My personal system is what I told you. You know, me plan every day. I plan. He goes my planner right here
Yeah.
beside me. This is my brain, literally, man. I keep it everywhere I go. You know, he goes my plan today. You know, I mean, I only have 3 things.
Yeah.
I looked at yesterday, you see.
Load it up. Load it up.
Whatever I didn't
Nice.
get done, I'm getting it done today.
Nice.
So again, it's keep playing the tape on my personal life too.
All right. All
You
right.
say, hey, don't look at this as a vacation.
All right, Vic.
Yeah, brother.
Hey, so let everybody know where they can find you at.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you can go to my website is victormaya.com.
Okay.
You know, to give you all my information of, you know, my book and everything else I do. And also, you know, you can find me on social media.
All right. Sweet. And when the book's already released, tell us more about the book.
The book, only the soft cover and the
Okay.
Kindle. The hardcover is literally right now on standby with everything that's going on
Okay.
because it hasn't came out yet. I mean, they haven't finished it.
All
And
right. All
also
right.
the audio book, it's
Nice.
also on standby because
Nice.
they send me a message. Audible send me a message letting me know that again with the COVID-19, it has slowed everything down.
Slow everything down.
So we're
Nice,
waiting
Vic.
on that.
Hey, it was a pleasure, brother, talking to you.
Hey, same here.
And we could probably be talking all day. I already know. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it so we can get back to our day. And
Cool,
like I
brother.
said, I appreciate your time, man. I appreciate all the information you share. Uh, Man, I think we're gonna help some people and get them through this difficult times and let them know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. And appreciate it
All right.
again, Vic.
All
Till
right,
next
Sam.
time, brother.
Take
Bye
care.
bye.
Bye.